Saw the money and got activated. Saw that money and got activated. I saw that money and got activated.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the garage as usual, and we are working on the green Hardbody today because we had some last minute stuff pop up with it that kind of broke, and I figured while we're fixing it we could be doing some other stuff to it as well. So the main thing, the fuel line on this side, as you can tell, we just took everything apart, got the hood popped. The fuel line, one of the rusty fuel lines coming up the rail right here, just cracked, probably from beating on it and hitting bumps, stuff like that. So it's leaking fuel really bad, but it just so happens we pulled a set of rubber fuel lines off of the parts Hardbody, or parts Hardbody you could say, and we actually have some laying outside, so we're gonna use that. We're just gonna pretty much run the fuel lines from right up here along the side of the fuel rail or frame rail, and then come up right here and just disconnect these rubber ones and connect our new lines right here. So hopefully that goes well. And then on top of that, I'll walk around and show you guys what else we're gonna do. I think what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try and run the exhaust out the side of the bed right here, just because the truck's so low you can't get the exhaust up high enough, and just cutting it off right here is way too loud and obnoxious inside the cab. So what we're gonna do is, instead of going under the frame rail, we're gonna go over it, and it's gonna come out the side of the bed right here. We might try and run it back a little farther so that it comes out like right here where the like real close to the wheel well. I'm not really sure. There's a couple guys in the forums that have done it, so I'll probably look at some pictures and see how they did it and then kind of base it off of that. But I'm kind of excited because I really like welding and making stuff. It's like probably one of my more favorite things to do when it comes to working on cars, just because you get to create something, so that's always fun. But that's in the plans, and then aside from that, not really a whole lot else. We did put a funny little sticker on here on our dent. I do not identify as a dent, just because when you have a dent on your car, I mean, what else is there to do besides put a funny sticker on it, so it's not so bad. But yeah, so this is the plan, so we're going to start doing that. I have no idea how long it's going to take, how much of a pain it's going to be. It's probably going to suck, not going to lie, but, you know, we'll see what we can make happen, see what we can get done. So, okay, so we just finished running our lines, and I kind of wanted to, I just realized my keys are inside. But I wanted to get the first start on camera, because in case this thing like hydro locks or something, because the lines were sitting outside and I didn't clean them out. I know, I'm a terrible person. But, you know, oh well. You know, if it hydro locks, then I guess it just gives us a reason to put an LS in here too. And we'll have two LSs. Just kidding, I'm poor. Going to go get the keys. I wonder if we hook the cords up backwards. Oh. I feel like we had to have hooked them up backwards. Okay, so they were indeed hooked up backwards. I literally pulled the main fuel line off of the return, because the main fuel was going to the return and then vice versa. So when I pulled the line off of the return, it literally shot fuel all the way across here because it was pressurizing the return. Hopefully that doesn't damage anything, but realistically it should start now. There we go. Okay, so we got that fixed. There's no leaks or anything. We're just going to zip tie a couple things up and then start on the exhaust. The exhaust is going to be a little bit tricky just because we have to know where we're going to have to cut the hole in the bed and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of moving the bed back and forth, and it's going to kind of suck, but it'll be worth it because driving this thing down the road won't be dragging the exhaust. And then on top of that, I think we're going to cut this off while we're at it, just because we cut the other side off. This side's not cut off yet, and it literally just drags on the ground too, as you can see where it's got flat spots in it. So we might try and cut that off. I don't know if we for sure are, because it took forever to cut that side off. Because it's almost like 1/4 inch thick steel. It's some crazy thick stuff. So, dude, look what we did to this bolt when we hit that tree stump. Literally bent it. That's crazy. So, we're gonna do that and then catch up with you guys. Okay, so I think I changed my mind. We're gonna run the exhaust out the back. Tonight we're just gonna run like it halfway to like right here. And I think I'm going to buy some like nicer, larger diameter stainless pipe and then run it all the way out the back, out this back corner, and then put like a nice like, it almost looks like a fart can. That's the only way I can really explain it, but put something like that back there. So it looks nice and complete instead of cutting a hole in the side of the bed, and just probably have a lot of issues trying to get it to line up right. And then most likely having something that looks like crap. So I'm going to run the exhaust up and back, and with the axle sitting so high up, we can pretty much just go right under the axle and then out this corner over here at some point. But like I said, for now we're just going to run it right here and then find a way to tie it up, and that should be it. So I'm going to get the grinder out, cut the welds off of that elbow, and then start running some pipe. Okay, so we got our bolts in. This one is kind of messed up, but we're going to leave it for now because we're in a rush. But we welded this carriage bolt in. I'm going to weld all of them to the bed, so that way we don't have to worry about anything coming out or anything like that. And they should be quick and easy. Just use carriage bolts. You can see we welded that one in. It kept spinning and gave us issues. Not the greatest weld, but we're in a little bit of a hurry because I've got some last minute stuff to run and do. So we're going to do that. Okay, so I got our AutoZone exhaust piping. We grabbed 2 of these, which honestly might not be enough. Hopefully it is. So we got 2 of those. And then we got a bend, because I'm not sure if we're going to need it. Hopefully we don't. And then we got our adapter, and then another one of those sections. And then for the good part, let's get to the good part here. This part, I didn't buy at AutoZone. I bought it off of Amazon. But this is our tip. So, I honestly used to hate these. I used to make fun of people that had them. Especially the burnt tip ones, like Jesus. But the good news is it's actually baffled. So it's not like some big tin can on it. So it should actually sound halfway decent. And it should quiet the truck up a little bit. Which is kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm think of this as like a resonator, I guess. Plus, I've seen pictures and videos of hard bodies that run like tips like these, and they really don't look that ricey, and they don't really look that bad. Ideally, I'm gonna kind of want it to be about right here, angled about like that. I think that would look fine, honestly. I guess we're gonna start messing with that, and I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. So yeah. Okay, so the exhaust is on. Everything's welded up pretty much permanently. We just have to weld the actual pipe to the existing exhaust on the truck. But I think we're going to clamp it and then just put a few tack welds on it, so that way the exhaust is still removable without having to chop it off. But right now we're about to make some hangers. And I don't really have much laying around, and I'm not going to go buy some hangers because that's a waste of money. I think I'm going to try to use this rebar. I've got a few pieces of it laying around. I'm either going to try to cut a notch in it and bend it, or try to heat it up and bend it to kind of match the pitch of the frame, so that this will be flat at the end right here, and then weld that to the frame, and then kind of curl the end up around the exhaust on one side, and that'll be one of the hangers. And then I'll have to make another hanger for the back side. I understand that this is going to be very stiff and that it could crack the exhaust or break the welds or whatever, but maybe I'll try to order something different on Amazon. But for right now, I'm not gonna go buy exhaust hangers, because I just don't feel like it, honestly. So we're gonna use what we got. If I can figure out a better idea, we'll do that. But as of right now, it's looking like this rebar is gonna be our best option. So okay, guys, so we finished up the exhaust. It's completely mounted up and ran. You can see up there, there's our rebar hanger that we bent kinda, and it goes and loops up to the top side of the frame. I don't know how strong that'll be just because of the way it had to be welded to the frame. But we did solid weld it to the tubing back here, which is probably a terrible idea because now the exhaust has no flex in it, like 0 flex in it. So most likely that's probably just gonna end up breaking off, or the exhaust will crack somewhere, which is probably a terrible idea, but we're gonna send it. I feel like it should be solid mounted just because with it being thrashed on so much. I feel like you would want it to be, you know, solid and not wiggling around, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know how the drift guys run their exhaust, but I'll show you guys the exhaust clip, how it sounds. I don't think it sounds bad. It sounds pretty much about the same inside the truck as far as like how loud it is. But aside from that, I mean, it sounds pretty good from what I can tell. So we just got one other thing we got to do real quick. The battery terminals on this thing keep coming loose, and it's so embarrassing because I have to get out and like wiggle them, and it's becoming more of a frequent thing. So I'm gonna see if we can jimmy rig this thing up to not wiggle loose anymore, and then go take it for a test drive, see how this exhaust is, see if it falls off, and see how it sounds. So alright guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. The exhaust held up fine, sounds great. It does still drag on the ground a little bit, which kind of is the reason why we brought it up to the shop. I'm just gonna leave it here because I would like to raise the truck up a little bit, just because I'm tired of driving it, scraping on the ground and stuff. So that's pretty much gonna be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So deuces guys, hopefully first in content coming soon, hopefully, but stay tuned guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.
Y'all don't know the recipe, I'm so saucy. They still trying to figure out how to put them in a coffin. They want the ingredients, loving my flavor. Swimming in the money, now I turned into a sailor. Y'all don't know the